Doctor Strange predicted 14,605 different outcomes for the Infinity War. What's one of the dumbest/weirdest outcomes he saw?
Obviously half the population is killed, but only one sex survives. The Avengers challenge Thanos to karaoke but lose after a dazzling rendition of Don't Stop Believing.
There's two outcomes where they won, but in one of them Doctor Strange has to die, so he tries to shift it to another outcome. Thanos accidentally replaces the Avengers with the Justice League.
Thanos kills Ant-Man in the snap. THEEND.
Korg somehow gets his stones, and when he clicks his fingers, instead of wiping out half of all life find a pamphlet in their pocket telling them about the revolution.
Parents of Reddit, what's the best child hack you've figured out to make your life as a parent easier?
If you have a hard time getting them to eat their vegetables, give them before the dinner, because that's when they are hungry and will eat almost anything. Give them some carrots and cucumbers in a glass, which is a great snack.
Be mindful of how you phrase questions. Example, instead of "Do you want a hot dog for supper?" ask "What do you want on your hot dog?" If your kid's a dick, it won't matter. But it will help hit most situations.
What's something you're never doing again?
Going to Times Square to see the ball drop on New Year's Eve one time was enough for me. It was too cold and too crowded, and there was nowhere to take a piss, and some drunk chick threw up all over one of my boots.
Having unprotected sex with a girl I don't get along with.
Lowering my standards when it comes to relationships. Making myself crazy trying to please some jackass that isn't really all that into me in the first place. I would rather be alone.
Meth. Quitting a job just because I'm having a rough week. Then living off my savings till it's too late and run out of money before getting desperate enough to find another gig. Never again.
Crap. Shitty 4-month spiral of self-destruction where I'm pretty sure I was hoping I would die in the haze of it all. One day at a time.
Taking a Greyhound bus, instead of any other option there is.
Lord of the Rings is rated page 13 and is allowed one F-bomb. Where would you put it?
When Pip gets swanged in the head by an apple, just a casual fuck.
When Gandalf bangs his head.
When Pippin creates all that noise in Moria, which ends up giving them away. I can just picture Gandalf in my head turning to Pippin in a huff and muttering, "Oh, for fuck's sake."
Fuck. I have no memory of this place.
At the end of the first movie, when Sam and Frodo come out of the cave. Sam, look Frodo, there's Mordor. Frodo, aw fuck.
Gollum, to Sam, stupid, fucking habit.
Who can toss me?
What two movies are basically the same stories, just with marginally different settings and characters?
Literally any two Hallmark Christmas movies.
Olympus Has Fallen and White House Down.
No Strings Attached and Friends with Benefits.
The Fast and the Furious, 2001, Point Break, 1991. Exact same plot, one with surfing, the other with cars.
It Takes Two and The Parent Trap.
Venom. And Ratatouille.
You can implant a false memory in everyone else's brain. What memory do you give them?
They owe me $630 for that thing we did together a while back.
A memory of a day where everything went right, they got a good night's sleep, their loved ones made them feel valuable, and they definitely turn off the oven.
Anytime anyone sees me for the first time, they remember a fake memory of meeting me before and shitting themselves. Therefore I could do anything embarrassing in front of them, but nothing at worse than shitting yourself in public.
owe me a sum of money that they have to pay no matter what.
When their car broke down, a kind anonymous stranger stopped to help them, and all the stranger wanted for thanks was for them to pay it forward.
That were close friends who usually got along.
That I am hung like a horse and can breathe through my ears.
Airport security of Reddit, what's the weirdest experience you had while scanning luggage?
Saw a bag filled to the brim with all different types of spoons. Pulled it aside, asked the passenger what the deal was. He looked me straight in the face and says he uses them to spank his wife in bed. It's their sex spoons. I used to work at Sydney Airport and we once found a 14-inch double-ended dildo in the luggage of a couple from Turkey. The kicker was that both of the passengers were in their 80s. Chinese people on border security TV shows. Did you pack any food? No. Opens luggage 40 kilos of banned food items.
A dead squirrel stuffed in a bottle of soda. No joke. This happened recently.
What would ruin a friendship for you?
It being one way. If I want to be friends with someone, I'll put in the effort to check on them, ask how they're doing, and try to meet up at least once in a while. I expect the same. What did end my friendship with someone was constant passive-aggressive comments and backhanded compliments like we were in some kind of nagging competition that I never agreed to.
Betraying my trust or talking behind my back. Basically just being a low person. The older I got, the more I realized some people only called when they needed something from me. It's cathartic to remove those people from your life after realizing this.
Every time my best friend rejects my offer to give him a hand job, we drift further apart.
Chefs of Reddit, what's something wicked easy that anybody could learn to greatly improve their cooking?
Mincing your own garlic. Freshly minced more than jar. How to use spices. People used to kill themselves over this shit. Kings died because of those. I'm no chef.
How to properly hold a knife. It simplifies and cuts down on your time immensely. Also, everyone should get to try a professionally sharpened chef's knife once so that they know when to get their own sharpened. It's such joy using a great blade.
Mise en place. Get everything out. Wash, chop, measure, get it all sorted out before you even think of heating up your pans.
Use canola oil when frying, not olive oil. Canola oil has a nice neutral flavor and a higher temperature of combustion. Olive oil is for flavor, not to be used as a cooking medium.
Parents on Reddit, what was your I raised an idiot moment?
When they mistook a leaky radiator hose for smoke. No problem, it kind of looks the same. They continued to drive the car home thinking it was on fire, then pulled it into the garage that is attached to the house.
My brother couldn't remember the proper name for shoes, so he called them foothouses. Mom confirmed that day that at least one of her teenage children was a bit doughy up top.
We need to leave. Sent him to put on socks. Waited more than enough. Go find him. He's in his room, wearing only underwear, playing with Legos. He can't remember what I sent him after.
I heard a noise in my kitchen and I went in there and there was flour all over the floor and all over my kid. And he was like, not me. But I think it probably was him.